Greetings. My name is Jim Mackey. I'm with Kyrene School District. I am a school bus driver and behind the wheel school bus trainer.
I'm Larry Willis, bus driver, trainer, behind the wheel trainer.
In fact, we're state certified trainers. And now we're going to show you how to do the pre-trip on your bus. Okay, we just completed the 7-step video. Now we are turning on the ignition and observing all our gauges and our indicator lights to make sure they're properly functioning. One thing that we need to take notice is whether or not we're starting the vehicle and we're not removing the vehicle from the yard unless it has over a half a tank of fuel. We are also waiting. This is a propane bus, so we're waiting for the ignition on this bus. At this time, we'll also test the heaters and defrosters. Okay, we have ignition. There is a slight delay on that. Heaters, defrosters. Test all of them, make sure they're functioning. Air conditioning. Okay, dome lights, fans. Our horn. You're checking the wheel, make sure it has no more than 2-inch play. Also our temperature gauges. We're checking our water temperature gauge and also our oil temperature and transmission gauges. I'm also checking the voltage reading, and which this is currently at 14 volts, which is good. We want to make sure that on the average that we're a little over 13 volts. We're checking, make sure our two-way radio is on and on the proper channel. Channel 1 is main 1. Channel 2 is mainstream 2, which is out of district. Basically Maricopa and Baseline. Also on channel 1 we have our fit vans. Then channel 3 is special needs. And channel 4 is garage. We heard a little bleep that shows that the radio is functioning. We're checking our visor, that it's clear, no cracks, and clean. At the same time, we're checking our mirrors and all our glass, our side glass, as well as our windshield, that it's clean and free of cracks. Next, we're going to check our windshield wipers and washers. They are functioning. We're going to check our turn signal indicators from the inside and the dash, right and left. Also, we can see using our crossover mirrors that they're working there. At this time, talking about lights, we will turn on our masters and check our student ambers, which we can also check using our crossover mirrors from the interior on a 72 passenger bus. Then we can check our rear ambers when we walk through and open our rear emergency door. As we walk to the back of a bus, we're going to check our seats to make sure that they're securely fastened to the frame. We're also going to check for apparent damage, cuts, and wear. As we continue on going to the rear of the bus, we're going to open up the emergency exit and then stick our head out, and we're going to check our amber lights from the interior. checking the outside ambers, the student lights, and they are functioning, as well as the audible alarm for the emergency exit on the rear door. Okay, that checks. And now we're going to check to make sure that the bumper pad is firmly in place and secure. Fans. Also, we check our cameras, make sure that they're in place and secure, and clean lenses. We're checking the backs of the seats for graffiti, any cuts. Checking our dome lights, that they're firmly secure and in place, along with our speakers. Also, we're checking all our signage. All our emergency exits are clearly marked. We're also checking the emergency exit windows, that they open freely, and the alarm sounds. As we continue on doing this, we're also checking the seats. Next, we check the hatch. And the alarm works and it opens. Fully functional. As we return to the front of the bus, we are going to check the seat belt at this time, that it's in place and secure, as well as the seat itself is in place and secure. We're going to check our PA system, which is functional. It'll only work if the AM/FM radio is on. We're also going to check our student mirror at this time. And while we're here, next we're going to check the body fluid kit, which is in place, secured in its bracket. It is unsealed, so we're going to have to open it up and check inside the contents and make sure that everything is in its place. It is. We're going to close it back up and put it back in its bracket. The first aid kit is secure and fastened, and it is sealed. Our seat belt cutter is in its proper position, secured to the dashboard. Also, we're going to check our triangles, which there should be 3 triangles. 1, 2, 3. They are all there and in place. Next, our fire extinguisher. We're checking to see that it's fully charged, which is in the green. And we're going to check the label and make sure that it is been currently inspected. Next, at the doorway, we're going to check the bumper, head bumper, to make sure that it's in place and fully secured, as well as the handles, handrails, and we're checking our flooring to make sure that it's free of debris and no cuts, and firmly in place. Also, our trash barrel, it has to be emptied on a weekly basis. We step in front of the bus now. We're looking at the overall bus, and we start at the top, so you want to be back far enough that you can observe whether or not all the antennas are in place and the GPS devices are in place. Also, we are looking at our school bus sign, our student reds, also our running lights, which are all in place, all operating. We're checking our glass from the exterior. We're checking our wipers from the outside. We're checking the grille, all our lighting, our bumper, and it's clearly marked with the bus number. As we approach the bus, we are checking the mirrors, make sure that they're in place, secure, that they're clean, no breakage, no cracks. Same thing with our lenses on all our lights. Next, we're going to check our tire for inflation, depth, and condition. We're looking to make sure that there's no cuts or cracks. We're looking at the wheel. We're checking the dowel stem cover, the axle seal, that there's no leaks. We're checking all the lug nuts. that they're all tight, no rust. And while we're here, we're going to check in back of the wheel. We're going to check the brake system. We're checking lines, that there's no leaks or cracks. The brake chamber, the brake fan and drum, that there's no dents or cracks. The slack adjuster, which should have no more than 1 inch play with parking brake on the off position. Currently, the parking brake is engaged, so we cannot check that. Next, we go to the suspension system, and we're looking for the hangers, leaf springs, leaf spring retainers are evenly lined up, none missing, no metal shavings, no cracks. The U-bolt, the shackle and shock, that they're secure from the top and bottom and no leaks. And as we continue on walking around the bus, we're checking our mirrors. We're making sure our hood is fastened. Our door, we're checking the glass, we're checking the seams. Also, the entryway, make sure that it's free of debris, as well as the entry light. That's a major if that light is not functioning. All our lettering and numbering on the side of the bus. We're checking the cargo doors, that they're secure. We're checking the exhaust system as we continue on. Also, we're checking the suspension system and the brake system in the rear tires. Also, on the rear tires, the dualies, we're also checking for inflation, condition, and depth. Also, play. Checking the wheel, that there's no cracks. Again, the axle and all our lug nuts. We're checking for no dents or cracks. They're all tight. And our valve stems. We're checking our mud guard. Next, we're going to check the fuel door, that it's locked and secured. If it's not, we're going to make sure that the cap is in place. Also, we're looking to make sure our signage, Kyrene Elementary School, is present, as well as our signals are firmly in place and operational. As we walk along the bus, we're looking for apparent damage, and also our windows, and also our reflective tape is in place around our emergency exits. And all our exits are clearly marked. As we continue on, we are looking at our reflectors, as well as all our lighting, and we're walking around the back, and we're going to look at the top, looking at all our lights. Our running lights are all functional. Our student reds are functional. School bus emergency exit is clearly marked. All our signaling devices are functioning. We're checking the license plate, that it's present, along with license plate light. We're checking our bumper, checking our rear door, that it locks securely in place when open. We're checking all our seals. Also, we're checking underneath the seats. Standing back, we're looking at the bumper. We're looking at the numbering. Our stop railroad crossing sign is clearly in place. The left side of the bus is similar to the right side of the bus, except for notable exceptions. In this particular case, we have two stop arms, which we're going to check to make sure that they're secure. We're also going to check the donut, as well as the linkage, the cable. It's all present and secure. We're going to continue on. We've already demonstrated on how to do the tires, so we'll skip that. We're also, while we're on this side of the bus, we are going to check under the bus the drive shaft, the frame, that there's no dents, no cracks, and safety loops are present and secure. Also on this side of the bus, we have a battery compartment. Which is to be checked daily. Our stop sign is extended out. Donut is firm. No air leaks, cable is not frayed. We're checking our fuses. Everything else, we would check all the tires and brakes on all sides, all four, but for the sake of saving time on the film, that will complete our pre-trip inspection. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.